electric vehicles, and the 2030 petrol-diesel car ban. A complete overview: the UK is rapidly shifting toward electric vehicles, EVs, to meet its 2050 net zero emissions target. This transition involves new taxes for EV drivers, the upcoming ban on new petrol and diesel car sales, and a major push to expand charging infrastructure. Here's a breakdown of what you need to know. New road charges for electric and hybrid cars, starting in April 2028. EV drivers will pay a road charge of 3p per mile, while plug-in hybrid drivers will be charged 1.5p per mile. These rates will rise annually with inflation. The move aims to create a fairer system for all drivers, as EVs currently avoid fuel duty paid by petrol and diesel vehicles. For example, a driver covering 8,500 miles a year will pay around £255, roughly half the cost per mile compared to traditional fuel tax. The government projects these charges will generate £1.1 billion in 2028-29, increasing to £1.9 billion by 2030-31. Mileage will be checked annually, typically during the MOT test. Vehicle excise duty, VED, already applies to EVs. £10 in the first year for new cars, then £195 annually. Cars costing over £40,000, rising to £50,000 in 2026, face a luxury car tax of £425 per year. London drivers will also pay the congestion charge from 2026. The 2030 ban on new petrol and diesel cars. The UK will ban the sale of new petrol and diesel cars from 2030, mandating all new vehicles to be electric or hybrid. Hybrids will remain available until 2035. The EU will follow suit in 2035. This policy is critical to reducing emissions from transport, which accounted for over a quarter of UK emissions in 2023. Electric car adoption and costs. EV sales are growing. Registrations rose from 29,800 in October 2024 to 36,800 in October 2025, representing a quarter of new car sales. The goal is to reach 80% by 2030. Most EV purchases are by businesses, 73%, with private buyers accounting for 27%. The used EV market is also expanding, with 80,600 units sold between July and September, comprising 4% of second-hand sales. Currently, there are at least 1.7 million EVs on UK roads, making up about 5% of the total fleet. Government grants of up to £3,750 are available for eligible models under £37,000, with an additional £1.3 billion in funding announced recently. Leasing is popular, with 680,800 EVs leased, nearly half of all leases. Running costs can be lower than petrol-diesel, especially with home charging, 5% VAT versus 20% for public chargers. However, rapid public charging can sometimes exceed fuel costs. Electric cars generally require less maintenance. Charging infrastructure, progress and challenges. The UK has almost 87,000 public charge points in 44,000 locations. The government is investing an additional £200 million to accelerate rollout. Despite progress, availability on motorways remains patchy. Currently, 43% of charge points are concentrated in London and the South East, leaving other regions underserved. Over 28,000 home charging sockets have been installed since 2022, and almost 14,000 public on-street chargers since 2017. Conclusion: the shift to electric vehicles is inevitable, driven by environmental goals and government policy. New taxes, the upcoming ban on petrol-diesel sales, and infrastructure investments signal a decisive move toward a zero-emission future. While challenges remain regarding affordability and charging access, the UK is committed to accelerating EV adoption and achieving its climate targets.